Okay, so why don't we steamroll right into this? This was going to go on the main channel because I'm not going to be done with this too. I plan to make this, really a series, or just the overview as far as like when it comes to Triple H's actual value, or just to highlight, just to stick it to what, or not, just to highlight to see what actually, when it comes to Triple H as a booker and what he has provided and what he's actually done when it comes to the company, the initial brand of WWE. But yeah, actually plan to make a series of this. Definitely won't be done with this, as I know that I've talked about it a lot, of course. And I said, but I like, as far as to like, as far as a bigger scale, that I definitely want to probably, like I said, when it comes to this video being, I thought I was going to put this on the main channel, but no, I'm just like, when it comes to just a much more bigger, when it comes, when I get to that point of doing a much bigger series, to go much more into depth in it, just to have it all be nice and glossy and shit, be very pretty for y'all, of course. That's, we will get to that stance, but yeah, as far as for now too, I just wanted to, because I had to go and have one just to like, so far, just like lately, and yeah, just so we can check up what to see, just really how Triple H, or yeah, just like all that's happened and what has actually been done when it comes to Triple H being booker of WWE. So I saw it also too. I think this was also yesterday too. Yeah, this was yesterday. So I think I saw a clip of I think it was from Woke Culture or whatever. Probably like cult of, I don't know, because it's like so many of these British, UK, also wrestling channels that just, or YouTubers or whatever you want to refer to them as, they're all the same. They all sound the same, look the same. So not that you could take that as you will, but yeah, I mean, it's the truth. They like every one of them is the same. And I saw a clip, I think, from one of them. It's replying to, like, of course, the if the TWRP, Technical Work Rate Productions, really, really messed with them heavy. But yeah, like, I was replying to a comment to them also too. I think they were replying. They were replying to a post that a quote that a tweet had made, quoted a post. And basically, that was a video that was ripped out of a video on YouTube to, like I said, to whoever, one of these British UK. And it was like, I think it was this bald headed, the video of this bald headed dude with the Kratos, he had the Kratos kind of a beard going, and he was talking about Cody. Actually, Cody's value is, I think, as a top guy, and just the content around that's been lately around Cody as a top guy, and he was like, and everything, talking about how Cody is basically having no semblance and really no actual development of a story when it comes down to it. It's just played out and really the same thing over and over again. And of Cody not having really something of a real establishment, like how it was with Roman Reigns and the Bloodline story, saga, and yeah, not really having much of anything, and it's just like this, a repeat of a repetition in a circle, and Cody had basically just zero of that, and I feel like, I mean, because I don't want to say that, also that, but I just feel like I just want to say that this is why I say when it comes to, I just want to say, like, not that YouTuber or whatever in particular, just like, of course, like YouTubers like that, and you'll have the IWC that they don't. I said, or individuals like, I've been saying this for very much a long time. I'm pretty sure as some other people too that's been saying it for a very much a long time. The difference is they don't like us, or they hate how they just they hate how we think, and just the stuff that yeah, really, the facts that be coming out of our mouth. They just like really despise, like, but it's just like, of course, like, come on now with us, when like everybody has known when it comes to Cody as a top guy. WWE, well, professional wrestling, whether you want to talk about AEW, just professional wrestling in general, has absolutely sucked baby cock. Everybody, like, even if like they're starting to believe too, like, even when it comes to Cody Rhodes, he is not a top guy. He or it's just everything around him that the little bit of, like, probably for the past 3 years that he's been here in WWE, nothing else, like, there is nothing that has gravitated the crowd as far as from the moment that big, which is a cliche moment, when it came to Roman Reigns and him finally getting the title. As far from that, nobody, and that was basically because they didn't want Roman to lose the title. Nobody really gave an F about Cody. Cody was always, even coming into WWE, was going eventual to that point, a complete afterthought. And now that Roman is back, it's about to turn into a complete nightmare. Because how do you, like, I definitely can't wait to get to that, but when you see it, like, we've seen, like, already the little time that Roman has been back. When you compare the reaction to Roman as far, between Cody, it's like, I mean, I'm pretty sure, and I'm not just trying, it's just, when it comes, of course, like, we're talking about, when it comes to Triple H, we're talking about a legend here, we're talking about a veteran, we're talking about a guy that has contributed to a lot, that's definitely had his own contribution to the world of professional wrestling, where, and just like, whether you want to bring up the company of WWE and get it to that standpoint, to put professional wrestling in a place to where, I mean, it's not in a good place now, but at least to where it's like a lot of people, professional wrestling was a part of the mainstream for a little over a while. Like, yeah, I'm not down that. Not down Triple H's and what he has done. As far as a talent goes, and a veteran, and behind the scenes when it comes to just a figure in the WWE. But I'm not gonna sit here and mask myself and try and feed lies to actually, like, other people, to other lost souls, and deceitfulers out there, because they want to desperately believe and pretend that we have been in this so-called, they call it, Cody himself also called it the Renaissance era, or a boom period, like time where Triple H has saved WWE, and we already know it's just an effing lie. That is a complete big lie. That it's like, as WWE has been the same, the way it's been after Cena left, and for the past 4 years, and when Vince was in charge. Nothing around it has improved. The ratings haven't has stayed the same. Nobody knows especially when it comes to the talent. No, the audience doesn't react, barely reacts when it comes to the talent, the wrestlers. As far as that, because as far as when it comes to, like, now the stock exchange, TKO, the only reason as far as to them whatever, to make it probably even more money than it has actually been ever, especially when they first started out as a brand, as a company organization. It's because of the simple fact that value that Vince primarily and some other people that have kept that and have brought it up for a while, because of the fact that of what they have brought forth and and contributed, and it's severely because of them. It's not because of the new, today's date. So definitely not. It's not because of Triple H. It's not because of none of the new talent, in whichever statistic you want to bring up. It's not because of none of that. It's because of the how much of the value in WWE in the past has had in the past, and because of individuals like a Vince McMahon have kept it at, and has probably, barely just still of an attention that it still gets. Nothing has changed. Nothing is renaissance or booming about today's period, whether that has to do with WWE or AEW and anything else. I don't think I ever watched. I don't think I ever watched NXT, but yeah. As far as opposed to now, like when it comes in 2023, and this year, and I'm not really watching it currently, but yeah, like but as NXT started out, of course, you all know the story and the stuff. We all know the story and stuff like that, where they graduated from a lot of the training schools that they had, and of course came to now NXT. A lot, like, especially when that first started out, I think where you got to the period to where of course you had the four horsewomen, and you had guys, I guess, like, yeah, you still had guys like a Sami Zayn or a Kevin Owens that that was still at a point where you had some type of interest there. But it wasn't because of Triple H. A lot of people credit, especially when they talk about themselves, when they talk, like we see too. I think I've seen two clips and everything. Like when you saw, like, I feel like especially from that period, a lot of them credit that all, like, the growth in just themselves individually to Dusty Rhodes, and that was also a fact too, because a lot of the stuff that started to graduate, and I feel like as far as to, I guess, like when it comes to some type of interest, or when NXT felt like it had some type of train going, was primarily because of guys like Dusty Rhodes. Wasn't because of Triple H. As much as I like Triple, as I said, when it comes to him, like as a talent and as such, it wasn't because NXT, especially going off. I mean, he was one of the role, if not the only person, head that was the head and running NXT. But a lot of the creativity and interest there that was garnishing wasn't because of him. It was because of guys like a Dusty Rhodes and their creativity and the talent that they possess because of that. That's it. And when you got to it's because, like I said, their influence. And when you had Dusty die, and you had a lot of people, what it seemed to a lot of that move away when it got to later, and when it was all a lot more was influenced by Triple H. Now, when it got to that point of where it was of course especially when they went up to battle the first time of the AEW, it sucked bricks. It was a flop. However, as I said numerous times, however the delusional two-faced IWC like to have y'all, or people out there, NXT Black and Gold was a non-success. Nothing was good about it. And it was the problem. I said, as much as I admire Triple H as a talent, Yeah, even before AEW, he was Tony. Triple H was Tony Khan before Tony Khan was Tony Khan. He was all in that, like we found definitely to which he was all about that. And when it came to just the big, yeah, NXT just became a bigger budgeted version of the indie circuit, of that, just that demolition derby type of just crass wrestling. And that's what that NXT became about in like 2016, or you want to say 2018 to 2021, and that's what it all became about. And that's where you see it all everywhere, all in AEW, and as such, you kind of see it on the main roster with WWE. Even as I said, as it got worse, as Triple H got worse, you see it more so today. You know, him running, he's running WWE, the head creative. And it's just like I said, not like even for so lately. Like there's nothing that pulls aside from a couple of things, like and this brings me back to Cody. Like, how do you have a guy that's been away for pretty much like a while, yeah, kind of like a while, almost you could say, like, you know, to a scorch to a year. And how do you have a guy like Roman come back? And he now, of course, now he you know, being that he's a babyface, he gets much more of an organic, larger reaction than your top guy as champion, in Cody Rhodes. How does that work? What does that say about Cody Rhodes? Someone like a talent such as Cody Rhodes. That's bad. That is extremely bad. And then you have everything else around W. To nothing is growing at all. I said, like there are a couple of things, but I'm pretty sure that's not because of Triple H. Like I said, where you have where the Liv Morgan, and as such with the story of Liv and Dominic, and as far as Judgment Day going into a new pace now, and you know, where now Roman Reigns coming back, and probably a couple, which I can't seem to think of a couple of more things, but that's pretty much it. Everything else about the talent that Triple H actually had, that you can see as actually influenced by Triple H, is trash. None of them get over. Liv Morgan is the most, even more so than Rhea Ripley now, than when Rhea Ripley was probably like, than when it was Bianca Belair. Then Liv Morgan is the most over woman that's on the WWE roster. That's at there right now. You can't tell me shit different. Like, she is the most over woman right now in WWE. That's a fact. What do you want to know? What do you want to refuse to force yourself to crying shame to believe? But yeah, you could, however you feel and whatnot. Yeah, Liv Morgan is the most over woman. I'm pretty sure everybody knows that now. The most over woman, Liv Morgan in WWE right now. And I wouldn't necessarily paint her as a Triple H type of talent. I said everything that's about Triple H, even the talent that's you could see that's obviously a Triple H talent, or you know, a backed Triple H wrestler, or you know, anything about that. Nobody has given a tail lick of booty cheeks to that type of interest, but nobody's put any real interest in that, and none of that of what he's influenced when he started as head creative has been over. Even when it comes to the rest, nothing Triple H has been put as on the main roster or as such. Like I said, where you want to go back further in the past, nothing from him has gotten over and has been a success. Nothing. I mean, as far as when it comes to or such organic or such talent, I guess you could say, because Seth Rollins is kind of like a Triple H talent. But even then, I said right now, that's nothing. It's renaissance about the current state, whether you want to talk about WWE or professional wrestling. Nothing. I don't think. Yeah, like I feel like his pay per views has been, as far as like pretty much in the middle to mediocre. It's been like, yeah, to like, yeah, good to mediocre when it comes to the actual the PLEs they like to call now. That's been like they've been like, not that really much the talk of the town, but it's been pretty much to like good to really to really great, or yeah, mediocre, or it can really be a lot of the times mediocre. Of course, like the weekly the content, the actual that content, the weekly content is just repetitive. No, nothing innovative about it. The stories are whack. The wrestlers, there's nothing about them that's just, whether you want to talk about whether they're backed by him or just, yeah, the wrestlers, nobody is really over. I said aside from probably like a couple two, but yeah, nobody is really over like that. Like I said, the characters and the stories are just completely just a non-construed, just a non-factor. Nothing about them you find entertaining or as such. Like none of that. Just none. And as far as, of course, like you have like back to, or as far as like WWE crowds being like that as of a much, like when you talk about ones like Puerto Rico or France or as such. But yeah, most of it still, you don't not like none of the not just most of the time when it comes to the states, even you still had, because I think some was international aside from France and Puerto Rico. I think it was London that they had recently, prior, yeah, Black Hat went to. The crowd didn't even react all that well to to everything that was going on. But yeah, most of the time when they're in the states, nobody gives a crap. The crowd does not care unless it comes to moments like a Roman Reigns and the two times that we obviously heard and how reactive and loud they were. But that's it. And that's just as far as, yeah, like as far as I have to say, but like that's been the whole tale of Triple H as Booker. There's nothing that's been innovative. He is like this whole fake. I just can't stand this whole fake facade that he started, that people have started, that the IWC have started, and imbeciles on the internet or whoever they are as a YouTuber or such like that have started, that he's started as such of a revolution, a renaissance. He's a savior. None of that is real. And it's just pure delusion as to over the fact that they've hated. It's just like, of course, or even when it comes to AEW, it's just the fact that they hate WWE, or when it comes to WWE bots, they just don't like, or they just don't like Vince McMahon, and they just want to prop Triple H up as, because just because to get away from what it was before. And that's shit. Just because they don't like Vince, they prop Triple H up, and they prop this new generation up as much as they can. And that's been the state currently, and that's been going on. And I feel like, yeah, it's just a complete sad case. And as far as I said, yeah, like this is kind of like a prelude. And I definitely plan to make this a series, or as far as like it being like, yeah, a highlight, just to, so yeah, or we can just be a highlight of how really Triple H has been much of a contribution to WWE, because he hasn't. Nothing that's going on right now is WWE on ESPN. Are they in countless magazines? Are they really like on the much bigger scale when it comes to any other social media or stuff like that? Like I said, all that is just what WWE or just the items you want to tell you. All that shit, I said, all of it is superficial. There's nothing going on in WWE right now that that gravitates towards the mainstream, or as far as it right now being a really big, like, none of like it's a really, it's been just like as Triple H has been a very much big of a failure. Yeah, and that's just where we at. But blessings to y'all. Stay blessed, and yeah, I'll see y'all. I will really like to see y'all the next time.